Now, empathy is another domain that's within the confines of emotional intelligence. And it's probably the most well-known amongst all of these domains, but misunderstood. It really is the ability to accurately perceive and comprehend and react to the emotions of other people. Right? And oftentimes you hear, oh, putting yourself in their shoes, right? And that is true. And that's important to have that aspect, but to have almost a sixth sense, right? A spidey sense of the emotions of others around you is so critical, and for you to be able to navigate in your environment. Now, one good example of this is these mass layoffs that are happening in tech. Okay. And what we're talking about, and it's generally referred to as reduction of force, but nonetheless, people are getting laid off left and right. Okay. And I've gotten some different responses from people I know who have been laid off, or others in organizations that you see out on the social media like LinkedIn and things. And there's a few who have had managers just email them out and let them know that they're going to be laid off. No response, no face-to-face interaction about that. And you have to think, how is that empathetic for that person? How is that really being empathetic? And so here we are where these people have gotten laid off, lost their job. Yes, they may get some type of package, severance package, but there's that difficulty there that it's a bad feeling for that individual. Now, thankfully enough, most managers that I've heard or from have actually reached out and even provided support in some way to those people. And that's important. It's to understand, to know, and know that, when those people are being laid off, regardless of how much they're getting compensated, there's something in them that could react in such a bad way. And so we do have to consider the feelings of other people there. And this is often not talked about, at least, in my experience, it's really not a thing that's talked about openly, especially in the tech world where you have to just kind of put your head down and just work. But what the studies have shown that those who are more empathetic and actually have feelings for others, even if it's not shown in such a way, it's a subtle way, are better leaders in their organizations or as bosses of their own company. So it is a level of thoughtfulness that needs to be there. So the last part of this domain, social skills, really encompasses all of the domains, right? And all the other ones. And it really shows the ability to navigate and manage your relationships with others. Okay. And this is extremely vital to the point where if you don't have this, it's really difficult to move and be seen within your organization as a team player. Okay. And a good example of this for someone like an apprentice coming in is, look, even before you get hired, let's say you go for your interview, you're going to encounter so many people. Let's just say if you were going in person, as an assumption, you're going to encounter the custodian, the office administrator, other employees. Maybe you run into them in the hallway or in the bathroom or whatnot. And all these interactions are going to be there, and people do look at that. They feel it. There's a resignation there just by that point. And don't think for a moment that those interactions are not going to affect your hiring there. So it's extremely critical that we actually take advantage even then. Okay. Now, on the other hand, a lot of our work is remote, and I get that. And so what do you do then? Okay. So then you should be setting up touch bases or one-on-ones or some sort of meet and greet with people, even not who is not even on your team. Okay, that's even going to be there where you start to understand that you're going to be depending on some of these other people at some point, or at least need their help. And so that's part of what we need as social skills, and what we're looking at in terms of finding those kind of common grounds and really widening your social network. Most people with good social skills are often described as good collaborators and good people to be around. And that's the type of person you want to be if you're going to be a leader in our society.